Hello. I have just arrived a little bit after a wonderful retreat that I was attending here in Bali. So I've got a couple of days up my sleeve before I meet up with my family, which I'm super excited about. So I thought I would record a nice wall yin session. So this is a wonderful practice that I often find at home when you've got the support of the wall. You can really allow yourself to sort of melt and really observe and receive the benefits of your yin practice with a little bit of extra support. You don't need any props for this. You may like to use a pillow. I don't even have a yoga mat with me because I'm travelling. So I'm just actually using this beautiful blanket that my son gave me. So we'll begin with legs up the wall. So often the hardest bit about wall yin is actually getting into it. So easiest way I've found is to bring your hip up to the wall. So I'm going to bring my left hip up to the wall, so nice and close, nice and snug. Just going to gently then swivel. So you just swivel on your hips and you allow those legs to come all the way up. I'm just checking in with how that might be feeling. That's a bit tight through the backs of the legs. Feel free to snuggle your hips away from the wall. That'll create less stretch down through the backs of the legs. If you want to go a little bit deeper, snuggle those hips up nice and close to the wall. If the lower back's feeling a little bit delicate here, maybe tuck that tailbone under and just place the heels on the wall. Maybe having a little bit of a bend in the knees could be a nice option. So just allowing you to drop and find your nice Goldilocks yin shape. You can either have the legs together, you can have them slightly further apart. So just again, having a play around, finding that position that feels good for you. We're going to begin in this shape. Do a gentle check-in, so opening meditation. Just inviting yourself to let go of the busyness of your day. Inviting yourself to let go of the busyness. Maybe what might be going on in your life at the moment. So just dropping out of the head into the heart. Drawing your awareness to your breath. You might even take a few deep cleansing breaths here. So lovely large inhalation in through the nose. Lovely large exhalation out through the mouth. Just letting go of any tightness, any tension. So a couple more rounds if that resonates. Lovely large inhalation in and out through the mouth. One more round. I'm inviting you to close the mouth. And we're closing the eyes if they're not already closed, with that nice little gentle gaze, a little bit of light coming through the lashes. Drawing the awareness to the very tip of your nose. Yes. And a drop in, observing that beautiful flow of breath in and out of your nostrils. Maybe noticing as you breathe in, slightly cooler air coming in. As you breathe out, slightly warmer air, beautifully warmed by your wonderful body. Using the breath as a beautiful bridge. To this wonderful, sacred, present moment of awareness. There's nowhere else to be. Nothing else to do. Do you find your mind's a little busy here? Just acknowledging that's quite common. Maybe placing your hands in your belly, placing a hand on the belly, a hand at heart center. And just observing the beautiful movement of your body. And the beautiful synchronicity of that movement with your breath. Softening the jaw. Relaxing the tongue. Softening of the lips. And if it resonates, nice gentle curl of the lips. Yoga smile. Offering this lovely lightness of all of your facial muscles. You'll be feeling into the heaviness of your cheekbones, allowing the eyes to get nice and heavy. And on that next exhalation, just allowing the body to get nice and heavy, nice and still. Not having to do anything here, just using the beautiful combination of the weight of your beautiful body and gravity to receive wonderful medicine, beautiful benefits of the shape. Mind yourself just coming back to your anchor, back to your breath. We'll be reminding ourselves that our minds cannot be in two different places at once, so when we consciously connect with our breath, letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and beautifully inviting ourselves out of the head into the heart, out of that busy doing mode into the beautiful sacred mode of being right here, right now. Again, if that's this beautiful shape, we're getting this wonderful flow of blood from the feet to the heart. So it's the opposite direction to how we normally receive it. If we think about the standing and sitting that we spend such a large percentage of our day doing, here we're receiving this wonderful flow of blood to the heart in the opposite direction. So quite a therapeutic pose. It's a great pose if you spend a lot of time on your feet, standing. And so some of you here may actually like to linger here and find it's an amazing pose to do before I go to sleep at night. It really helps with my sleep patterns. If you want to linger here, feel free to linger here. We'll be holding each shape today, as we often do in Yin, for around about 3 to 5 minutes. But everything's an invitation. Just feel free to stay a little longer if you'd like to. But just as equally, if you feel like you need to come out, feel free to do so. If you would like to transition from here into our second shape, we're going to come into wall squat. So to come into wall squat, we bend through the knees. We bring the soles of the feet to the wall. And so this is a hip opener, and it'll want you to have a little bit of a play around before you find that stillness. And I'll just gently recap the 3 principles of yin for those of you that might be a little bit new to this practice in a moment. But we'll find the edge first. So just taking the feet nice and wide apart till you feel a nice stretch through the inner leg. You might also be feeling it down into the hips. So just having a little bit of a feel, the wider apart that your feet go and the further down that your heels are towards the floor, the deeper the stretch will be. So just have a little bit of a play around. Find that nice, what we often call in the Yin Yoga, that Goldilocks shape. So this is actually the first principle of yin. It's to come and find that edge. And if this edge is feeling a little too intense for you, again, you've got that option of walking your feet a little bit closer together, maybe taking the feet a little bit higher up. If it's feeling okay, but you want to go deeper, take those legs a little bit wider apart and a little bit further down. Also, how far away your hips are from the wall will affect the pose. If it's feeling a bit intense, again, push your hips away from the wall. Or if you want to go a little bit deeper, snuggle those hips up a little bit closer to the wall. That's going to create a little more juice. Just taking a few sacred moments to check in. How's that feeling for you and your body today? I like to place my hands just below the knees here. So with yin, we want to be feeling a gentle stretch. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, you're not feeling anything at all. 10, it's feeling quite intense. We want to be feeling around about a 4 to a 5. This is how you get the optimal benefits of your practice. However, depending on what you might have going on with your body, you might want to scale that back a little bit, or you might want to dial it up a little bit. Maybe also check in with how do you normally live your life. Do you normally go 120%, or do you normally sort of hold back a little? Maybe your practice is reflective of that. So maybe adjusting what you do habitually, if you practice regularly. Maybe how your practice normally unfolds, maybe adjusting, maybe dialing it up, maybe dialing it back, maybe even checking in just what you might have brought to the next day. So on certain days, you might be feeling a little more depleted. It might be more appropriate to take a gentle practice. Okay, the first principle of yin is to just drop in and find that stillness. Sorry, find that edge. So just finding that edge, dialing it up, dialing it back. And the second principle, is to find that stillness within shape. So first of all, we find that stillness on a physical level. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I've actually got a full 1-hour Yin Yoga wall sequence, which will be coming out next week. So feel free to check it out. Bye.